So, good morning once again, everyone. I am teacher Josephine Estremos, and I am here to discuss about the life and works of Vicente Rivera Jr. So, later on, we will be featuring one of his works entitled All Over the World. So, Vicente Rivera Jr. was born at Daraga Albay on September 20, 1920, and finished his undergraduate studies at the University of the Philippines, Far Eastern University, and Adamson University. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to gather more informations about whether it is an undergraduate degree, a master's degree, a PhD, because he seems to be a very private person in social media. So he died in the US, particularly in the Houston, Texas in 1999. So he's a writer from Bicol region who started writing in the 1930s and best known as the editor of the Evening News magazine. He threatens to win the 1957 Palanca Award in the short story. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to bag the first prize because High Into Morning by Juan Tovera won the first prize, while Sunburn by Gilda Cordero Fernando won the third prize in the English division. But before that, um, Vicente Rivera Jr. has only two works. So one novel entitled Some Passing Winds, and the other one is the short story which is entitled All Over the World. So All Over the World is a piece that explores the very concept of bittersweet goodbyes, and it also takes us back to the difficult times during the war way back August 1991. So before we proceed to the summary and the analysis of the story, I will first introduce you to some of its elements, which is the character. So the first character is Felix. Felix is the main character and the protagonist of the story. He is a 21-year-old guy who had the job for the very first time. He is friendly and a flat character. So a flat character is a two-dimensional character, uncomplicated, and doesn't change all throughout the story. So the second character is Maria. Maria is a shy girl who loves to read books. She is in 6th grade and also a flat character. So the third one is Uncle Lucio. He is Maria's uncle, the janitor of the building, and a flat character. So the next element is the setting of the story. So these are the setting of the story. First, the apartment. Second, the intramuros. And third is the corridor. So now, let's move on to the summary and the analysis of the story. So in the story, a guy named Felix went to a movie house and went home alone, enjoying the quiet and beautiful evening streets and buildings. He is a 21-year-old who worked on his first job in Manila. He went home. When he went home, he saw a beautiful girl named Maria. So he saw Maria reading his copy of Greek mythology book, and he tried to talk to her, but Maria is too shy to respond. He lent the book to Maria for a while until she finished reading the book. So the story is narrated from the point of view of Felix, the 21-year-old guy who had a job for the first time and who is living in a crumbling apartment in front of a movie theater. So when he returned home after a long day of work, he saw a beautiful girl named Maria who is reading his copy of Greek mythology book. So Maria is also his neighbor in the building. So he approached Maria and then he said hi. And then Maria didn't respond to Felix. So he said again, "Is that my book?" So Maria stood up and then said yes. And she eventually returned the book or handed the book to Felix. So Felix felt that Maria felt shy and awkward towards him. That's why he lent the book to Maria so that he will or she will finish reading the book. So, by the way, that for Felix, was the start of their genuine friendship. So Maria lived with her Uncle Lucio, the janitor. Maria's parents are dead, and her sister already have a new family. Maria loves to walk and explore the city. When she finished reading the book, she returned it to Felix. So Maria and Felix became friends, but the war came. It's World War II that time, and everyone should leave their homes and evacuate a safe place to survive. One day, Felix went to Maria's house, but it's too late and they are both separated by the war and did not see each other again. So at this point of the story, Felix moved to another place a day before Maria's family went also to another place. So, Felix was informed that Maria's family will move to somewhere else. That's why Felix said to Maria that he will bid his goodbyes after his duty. So, after his work, he went straight to Maria's apartment. Then he was so shocked that she was nowhere to be found there. And then a volunteer na lang came up to him and said that Maria's family already moved to somewhere else, and that caused uh, a great heart or a big heartbreak and um a big devastation to Felix because he wasn't able to bid his proper goodbyes to his beloved friend Maria. So this was the scene. Okay, this was the scene where Felix went to Maria's apartment after his work. So it goes. "Do you live here?" said the volunteer who was clearing up the building. I used to, up to yesterday. I'm looking for the janitor," Felix said. "Why? Did you leave something behind?" "Yes, I did, but I think I've lost it now." "Well, you better get along, son. This place, the whole area has been ordered evacuated. Nobody lives here anymore." "Yes, I know," I said. Nobody. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the short story written by Vicente Rivera Jr. entitled All Over the World. So, this is my key takeaway of the story. So, it captures the realness of words unsaid and prepare ourselves for even the smallest possibility that things can be taken away from us at any time. So, we must speak our truths before we have to inevitably let them go. So, I hope that um, you learned something from today's discussion or today's story. So, that would be all. Thank you.